Okay, today we're going to review this. I've bought myself an 1100 watt reciprocating saw. Bit of a cheap one actually. I bought this in Screwfix. It was £49. It was just a penny short of £50. So my expectations aren't high. That's an entry level price. So I don't expect this will be the most robust piece of power tool in the world. But let's have a look and see. Let's see what we get for our money. I don't intend to use it extensively, so for the light duty and occasional use that I'm intending to give it, perhaps it's good enough. Well, that's interesting. It comes in a nice carry-all, which is good. That's handy. That means I don't have to find some other way of storing it. Let's see what we get inside there. It's strapped down inside with Velcro straps. That's also quite good. So there's the saw. I believe it comes with a set of blades, but I can't see them in there. There we go. There's an instruction manual and some blades to start us off with. And so there's a blade for cutting wood, one for cutting aluminium, and one for cutting metal. So let's have a look at the saw itself. Nice and easy to unpack. It's got some weight to it. It's got some heft, certainly. The trigger seems nice and sturdy. Yeah, I think that's the build quality seems pretty solid here. There's an Allen key on the flex there. I shall have to read the instructions to find out what that's for. I did also buy myself a pack of spare blades for wood, metal. One there for wood and metal. That's interesting actually. That'll be quite useful for what I'm intending to do with this, which is cut up another sofa. So we'll give that a test in a minute. That'll be quite good because if I hit a nail of the wood and metal, it won't destroy the blade. Anyway, right, I'm going to read the instructions and then we'll just see it fire up. Okay, well I'm pleased to discover that fitting the blade is not difficult at all. There's a little lever here that you just pull and the blade goes in or out. So it just slips into a little slot there, like that, and then locks. And there must be a pin that goes through that hole in there. So there's no fuss at all in fixing the blade, which is good news. I've had some jigsaws before now where changing the blade involved tools and screws that were too soft for their use, and after a few blade changes the tool was ruined. Let's just give it a little fire up. Okay, well it certainly seems to have the power, but we won't really know that for sure until we try it on something in anger. So let's go and have a go cutting something. Right, so the reason for buying this tool was because we've got more sofas to cut down. And I've got to cut through some wood here that's got staples and various bits of nails and screws in it. So I'm using the wood and metal blade. Let's see what happens when we try and cut through this piece of sofa here. Well, that made pretty short work of that. So I don't know what the long-term quality of this tool is going to be, but for the job I've got at hand here, I think this is going to help a lot. Okay, so that made significantly shorter work of tearing down this sofa than the manual job we did last week, so seems like a pretty good tool. One thing I did find, I buckled a few blades, and I think this is where I was cutting through something and I struck some other piece behind the piece I was cutting, so I guess that's to be expected. So this sofa teardown, we made a bit more money, £1.31. So to wrap up this review of the Erbauer 1100 watt reciprocating saw, it seems like a nice solid hefty bit of kit. I'm not going to do a tear down on it, and I haven't tested whether these plastics are glass reinforced or not. It feels nice and robust. there's certainly nothing flimsy about the construction. The trigger's nice. It actually has variable speed on the trigger. I didn't realise that until I started using it. For 50 quid, actually I think that's a really decent tool. I shan't use it very often, and that's probably why it's acceptable to have something of this price point. It's actually really cool, but it comes in a very sturdy little carry-all that we can store the tool, the flex and the spare blades and the instruction manual all in one nice handy little bag, so I won't lose any parts of that, and when I need it, it's all in one place. So I hope that's been useful. If you're thinking of buying one of these for occasional use, I got this one at Screwfix for £50 and it's done me okay. We took down a whole sofa in a quarter of the time it took to tear it down by hand. So thanks for watching. I hope to see you again soon.